Chapter 12. A Little Help in Tough Times. No one knew when they woke up the next morning whether they would be taking Precious and her friends back to Eggland or whether they would be continuing on their way to see Rainbow. Everyone had mixed feelings. They were all worried about Precious and the serious cracks in her shell, and they all wanted very much to go to see Rainbow. It was Precious's decision to make, and each of the others kept their thoughts to themselves. All except for Bad Egg. He definitely felt bad for having pushed Precious and the serious consequences of her fall. And yet, it seemed that even with all his bad feelings, it was hard for him to sit quietly and wait for her to wake up. He was being loud, pushy, and meddlesome. "Bad Egg," scowled Patience impatiently. "Please go outside and play. You're disturbing everyone else by being so rowdy." "Humph," he said. "I'm not either." "Am I everyone?" "Yes, you are," the others all said in unison. So out he went into the morning sunrise, where he sat down glumly on the porch step. He didn't even notice that all around him was a glorious sky as the sun beamed through the clouds in a vast array of colors. All he noticed were his dark thoughts, swirling around and around in his head. But the noise he had made had awakened Precious, and she moaned as she tried to move around in the bed. "How do you feel?" asked Meringue gently. "I'm okay. I'm just sore." "Would you like something to eat?" "Just some juice to drink." "Then let's go to see Rainbow." Everyone looked around at each other uncertainly. "Are you sure you can go?" Meringue sat down on the bed beside her to check her cracks. "Yes. Put me in the wagon, and Humpty will have the wheelchair, and we will have a rolling caravan." "Okay, we'll try it. But if it's too hard on you, we will stop and come back. You must promise you will tell us if you hurt too much," said Cracked Egg. Good Egg got the wagon and paddled it. Good Egg got the wagon and padded it with pillows. Scrambled Egg carefully lifted Humpty Dumpty into his wheelchair. Meringue cleaned up the kitchen and the bedding that they had all used during the night. Cracked Egg bandaged Precious, his shell, with Patience helping him, and Bad Egg sat on the porch and sulked. When they were all ready, Meringue said to Bad Egg, "You are walking with me, please." And she reached out her hand to hold his. Good Egg pulled the wagon with Precious. Patience got in it to keep her company. No one said that that was a good plan because they could all move a little faster, but it was true and was to everyone's secret relief. Scrambled Egg pushed Humpty. Cracked Egg led the way, and Meringue and Bad Egg walked behind everybody else. It wasn't too long before Bad Egg had relaxed and was actually enjoying talking to Meringue, and they were both laughing at his stories. The day was pretty and warm. It was a perfect day for a walk. On and on they all went, each pair having their own conversations with a friend, and sometimes slowing down or speeding up so that they could share a thought with one of the others. Precious did okay, and Patience kept her entertained with turtle songs that Good Egg loved listening to. Finally, after long hours of walking, they stopped for a picnic under a tree alongside a creek. "Everyone having fun yet?" laughed Cracked Egg as he lifted the picnic backpack off his shoulders and spread out the blanket. "Yes, but I'm so tired," said Scrambled. "I've never hiked so far in my life." "Good. You're ready for some lemonade then," said Cracked Egg, and he sat down beside Scrambled Egg. "You're such a good little egg to push Humpty," Scrambled. "Did you know that you are doing him a great kindness?" "No, I'm just pushing Humpty, and Good Egg has the hard job. He's pulling Patience and Precious." "We are both helping." He was pleased, though. to be praised. I know you are both good eggs, but I also know that in your life you haven't had too many big eggs to tell you what a good guy you are. I just want to make sure you know it. And Scramble was a little shy, a little embarrassed, and very happy to hear what Cracked Egg said. "Thank you, Cracked Egg," he responded. Precious and Patience fell asleep, comforted by the pillows in the wagon. They let them sleep for a while, and then, after lunch, they all packed up and started their trek up the trail that ran alongside the creek. As they lined up, Bad Egg was actually relieved when he looked around and saw Meringue holding her hand out to him. He could not really believe that he wanted to hold her hand and continue their conversation, but there was something about their time together that he really loved. If anyone had turned back to look at him walking hand in hand with Meringue, he would have looked a bit angry, as though she was forcing him to be a good egg and to walk with her. But no one looked, so he did not need to pretend. After a while, the steep hills became more challenging, and Scrambled Egg and Good Egg had to work hard to keep the wheelchair and wagon moving forward. Bad Egg looked up at Meringue. "I think I should go up and help Scrambled. Is that okay?" "Yes, please," she said. "Go and help." And then they came up to a tunnel of rock that the stream had forged through a mountain outcropping. It was long and dark. As they got into the middle, they heard raging waters growing louder and louder. The floor of the tunnel was gravelly and wet, but they managed to get through it okay. Then they turned a corner and came out of the darkness into the bright sunshine. There was an enormous waterfall splashing down almost upon them. The spray fanned up and splashed ferociously on all the big rocks. The little trickling creek that they had been following exited the tunnel into a deep and clear pool filled by the waterfall. Across the pool, the waters roared away in a torrential river that raced away into the hills. They all stood there looking up. Far above them, where the waterfall spilled over the rocks, was a beautiful rainbow that filled the sky and sparkled with color waterfall droplets. They were in awe, gazing at the scene that had opened up before them. "Hi, Rainbow!" yelled Cracked Egg over the crashing waters.